Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Strand Nissan, and I'm checking out a 2017 Nissan Altima in the 2.5 SL trim level. This one has quite a few added options as well, so let's go ahead and check it out. This Altima is sitting on 17-inch Michelin tires wrapped around 17-inch alloy wheels with a two-tone alloy and a darker background there, make it look kind of sporty. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid disc brakes in the back. The name of this color is Java Metallic, and it's just a really nice looking brown color. And this is the reason why I chose this car in the parking lot. It was mostly because of the color. And all the Altimas, this one stood out to me. Just my preference. But check out the lines here in the hood. The way the sun's shining, you get to see them quite well. And you have the chrome accent here in the front and a metallic portion here in the center, kind of gloss metallic painted grille, and then the flat painted or the flat black portion here at the very bottom, and it has the lip spoiler or the splitter here in the front. This one is, I assume, is mostly for looks, but it does help channel the air under and over the vehicle. So the headlights, there's actually a LED daytime running light right in here, and then the headlights are powered by LEDs themselves in the projector housing. And then the high beams are in the reflector halogen system, and the fog lights as well, halogen reflectors. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key system designed to keep in your pocket or bag the whole time. You can use the vehicle without taking it out of your pocket. Now, it does have some very useful buttons: remote start, lock and unlock, the ability to open up the trunk, and a panic button. It also has a physical key on the inside, but it has this really sleek design. It's lightweight, easy to keep in your pocket, don't even really know it's there. So I'm glad that Nissan has used this key design for so long, because it is a really good design, I think. So walking up to the vehicle, to lock or unlock the door, as long as you have the key with you, you can just push this button, it'll lock or unlock. You can see it has the chrome handles too. All right, so here's the inside of the passenger door, and it has this beige interior looking nice, soft to the touch all around your arm, as well as all the way up in here. Has a little metallic accent and a chrome handle. Bottle holder and storage space here at the bottom. So here's your threshold with basically just a plastic sill plate protecting the paint a little bit. It has a four-way power seat here for the passenger, leather appointed heated seats with the perforations there in the center portion and the French stitching here on the ends. Soft to the touch dash, and check out this accent right here. It's kind of like almost like a simulated ivory with a pattern that kind of reminds me of like a feather, I guess. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it looks really nice. Lockable glove compartment, and the glove compartment, wow, look how far back it goes. It's like a whole shelf system in there. Nice. Even has a place to put some stuff here on the very front. And look at there, it gives you a microfiber cloth. That's nice to clean the screen. Here's the inside of the back door, all soft to the touch from here all the way down around your arm. Really soft armrest, by the way. Cup holder there at the bottom. It's your threshold, and a bench seat. So the bench seat is designed for 3 passengers. Now, if you don't have a center passenger, you have the cup holder and armrest, which you can fold up out of the way in case you need that space in the middle. Has the latch system for car seats, or ISOFIX is what they call it as well. And plenty of legroom too. Slight hump here in the very center, but nothing too major. It also has the vents for the climate control and pockets on the back of the front seats. Taking a look at the back of the vehicle, it has a little antenna in the top center. And chrome accents here in the back, as well as a dual exhaust tips in chrome. Of course, they're split. It's a 4-cylinder engine, so it's actually split into 2, but looks pretty cool. The backup camera is right up under here, a little bit offset, but almost in the very center position. It's your tail lights with traditional bulbs in them. Okay, so let's look at the trunk. Push a little button under here. You can, of course, use the key if you want, but you just push the button, it pops it open. Real easy to lift up. And look at all that space in here. I mean, this is a huge trunk. I'm going to leave all the exact measurements and specs and volumes and all that stuff in the description, but hopefully this will give you a good visual reference of how much space is actually here. Of course, you can fold the seats down to give you some more space. Now you can fold them down in a 60-40 split fashion. So in other words, you can fold down one or the other, so you can still maintain some passenger space while adding to your cargo space. Under here is your spare tire and tools. You can utilize some of the space for cargo space, I guess, if you want to, around the tire. To release the back seats, you just pull these straps. So you can release them, and then you walk around and you fold them down. The reason for this is because you can lock the trunk and use a valet key, and in that way, they can't access the trunk from simply just folding the seats down. They would have to have the key to the trunk. So you can see I just folded that one seat down. So you can see how much more cargo space we have simply by folding one seat down. We still have some passenger space back there. Of course, fold the other one down if we need more cargo space. It has a locking fuel door, and it's on the driver's side, which is convenient. And it has a traditional cap with a little tether system here and a place to hang it while you're pumping gas. You actually hang the tether on this little thing here, and it keeps the cap from hitting the paint. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. Now the floor mats have not been installed yet in this vehicle. It's a fresh off the truck vehicle, and it has the hooks to hook the floor mat in place, but not installed yet. So there's your accelerator and brake pedal. It has a foot actuated parking brake and a footrest over here. So let's take a look under the hood. Opening the hood, there's a little latch a little bit here to the right. Let's reach in, move it to the left, and lift up. And it does require a prop to hold it up. Here's the prop right here in the very front. And the hood's very light though. Okay, in the engine compartment, has an insulated firewall across the back. The strut towers are braced together, so they're not only are they braced into the unibody, they're also braced to each other with a bar just under there. You'll see that on performance cars and race cars and stuff where they brace the front end. It gives it more stability while they're cornering. You have the insulation all the way around the sides, in addition to the firewall. Even the battery is insulated. So underneath this big plastic cover is a 4-cylinder engine. It's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that gets 177 horsepower with 179 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired to an Xtronic CVT automatic transmission. Here's the inside of the driver's side door. Now it's just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have your power window controls. The front's your automatic one touch up and down. They go up and down quite fast. And there's your door lock controls. Your side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side and adjust it with that little pad. It's your threshold. Now the driver's seat has an 8-way power seat with lumbar adjustment. Just in here to the left of the steering column, you have your heated steering wheel control. You have your traction control off button and the ability to open up your trunk. Right up here is your dimmer switch for your interior gauges and reset the trip. It also has a tilt and a telescoping steering column. Okay, sitting in the driver's seat, one thing I noticed right away, the seats are absolutely comfortable. They're like the zero gravity seats, I believe. Man, are they great. Really easy on the back, especially when you have the lumbar adjusted right and everything. I'm 6 feet tall and I have plenty of leg room. I actually have the seat a little bit further back than what I would normally drive. So, really, really comfortable seats. Plenty of knee room too. Okay, so here's the steering wheel. Now you notice the steering wheel matches the color of the vehicle. Some vehicles just have a black steering wheel no matter what. So this one actually has the color matching. This is nice. Leather wrap steering wheel with the stitching here on the inside. Nice metallic accents. Just a really nice looking vehicle. Comfortable too. Okay, so here on the right side you have your cruise control, but it's not a normal cruise control, it's an adaptive cruise control. So it has a radar system that keeps you at a set distance if there's a vehicle in front of you. So it keeps you at a set distance no matter what speed they're going. It's going to slow you down to match their speed and keep you at the set distance. You can control that distance here. It also has a forward collision warning system to where it'll let you know if you're closing in on a vehicle too fast or whatever. So these are extra features in addition to just regular cruise control. Here on the left side, you have your volume for your radio. You can change to your presets or your audio track using this right here. And then you can change your audio source. So AM, FM, satellite radio, CD player, auxiliary, Bluetooth, that kind of thing. And these buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in a second. Windshield wiper controls are there on the right side. And the turn signals on the left side, but also it has the headlight controls. So you have off, automatic, parking light, and headlight, and then your fog lights are controlled right here. Okay, so the gauges, black background, white lettering, easy to focus on and read, very simple. So you have your RPMs there on the left with your engine coolant temperature. On the right is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. Here in the center, little screen right here. The way it's contoured, it kind of gives you a little bit of a 3D effect. It's pretty neat. And using these buttons right here, we can cycle through and get some more information. So right now, it's kind of it's showing the safety features. It has the blind spot monitor system. It has the forward collision warning system, things like that. So let's scroll to the next screen. This is where it'll show your tire pressure. Once you start moving, you'll be able to see the tire pressure. Scroll again, it goes to your trip. It gives you your average miles per gallon, your miles driven, your time, all that. Audio off, that's just showing you what your radio is doing. Right in here is a digital compass. Any warnings will show up here, like it's time to change the oil, that kind of thing. Next screen will be your settings, bunch of stuff here. So we can scroll through that using this up and down. So when it's on the appropriate screen, you'll be able to use that for this particular screen instead of the radio. And then go again, and it goes back to that original screen. So you can see the little icons as I scroll through, they change, so you can get an idea of where you're at and where you're headed. Pretty cool. It has the outside temperature on the top left, and it shows the different features that are activated there, and then the how many miles you can drive before you have to get gas, the distance to empty there on the far right, and the odometer is on the far left. See, 4 miles, that's how many miles a vehicle has. All right, so here's your center stack, starting up here with your, actually, let's go above that. There's the Bose premium sound system, and it has a little speaker right there in the center. 4-way flashers. So here's your touch screen, and the touch screen has some physical buttons around the outside. It also has a CD player there on the very top. So you have your satellite radio. Turn that down. Satellite radio, you can see your presets here on the left side. Your AM, FM, CD player, auxiliary input, your navigation map. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit here so we can take a look at it. We can give a top-down view by pushing that button, or we can go back, we can go to north, so we can kind of cycle through. So we're at Grand Strand Nissan here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can see the ocean over here. If you want to go to a specific address, you just hit the nav button here on the left side. You can put in an address, you can save addresses, you can go to save your home address, all that. Camera, let's push that button so you can see what it does. All it does is allow you to turn on and off the guidelines for your backup camera. All right, so then you have the back button, and then you have apps. See, the apps screen is kind of like your cell phone in a way. Actually has that feature. So you have your XM traffic, you also have Travel Link, which is nice. And the apps, this is where you have like Facebook and online searches. Voice commands, you can learn all the different voice commands here. You can go in a whole bunch of settings. I'll just give you an idea there. You can pair multiple phones. You can do your navigation settings here, all that. And then Nissan Connect services. This is a app that actually goes on your cell phone, which amplifies all the features on the touchscreen, which is nice. Traditional volume, tune through the stations, knobs there. Okay, so down here is your climate control. It's a dual zone, driver and passenger, separate temperatures. Right now it's on dual, it's on sync, so both of them are the same. Push this button, it's on dual now, so now the passenger is separate from the driver, so we can turn that off and on and off there. Front and rear defrosters, your fan speed, mode is where you want the air to blow, so we can push it, keep pushing it, it'll cycle through. Air conditioning, recirculate the air, all that. Right in here is a 12-volt power supply on the right, and an auxiliary and USB port right here, and then a storage pocket. It goes in there quite a ways too. So you can put your cell phone or whatever you want in there. Has this little rubber lining in the bottom too that's removable, and you can clean it and put it back in. Here's some more of that. I don't know what to call it. It's like an ivory looking accent. It's really nice looking. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a wood grain or what it is, but it just reminds me of feathers or whatever. But man, does it look nice. I'm sure there's a legit name for it. I just don't know what it is. If you know, you can leave it in the comment section. All right. Okay, so check out the shifter. It looks really nice. It has the black there on the top with the chrome on the outside, and then the color matching portion there on the front. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we can check out the backup camera. You can see it has the guidelines, and they're fixed. It's continuing down. There's neutral, there's drive, and it has a sport mode down here, so that way you're emphasizing performance instead of just, you know, regular driving. There's cup holders, heated seat controls, has a high and low on each seat. There's a center little storage area right in here. Okay, so here's your armrest. It's pretty good size actually. Pretty soft, has a stitching on the ends. Might be able to share it with your passengers. And it has actually two portions here. It says upper, lower. So let's go to the upper. It has this little portion here with the felt lining, allowing you to put some smaller items there. So the lower one is the big one. There's some plastic from unboxing the vehicle. There's a felt liner in the bottom, a 12-volt power supply. Nice, and a little place to put some wires in and out there in the very front on the right side. So let's see if you can, yeah, right in here in this area is where the wires can go in and out. All right, here's your rear view mirror. It's an auto dim rear view mirror. You can turn that feature on and off here. It has the HomeLink garage door opener controls here integrated. Place to put your shades, has a felt lining. Interior lights, LED with little tap lights here. You can turn on all your interior lights here. You can turn them to where they'll turn on with the door by pushing that button. This is an emergency button. I'm not sure exactly what it does. It might go through the Nissan Connect services. I'm not really sure. Hadn't tried it or anything like that. So this is the sunroof control. We'll get to that in just a second. So here's your visor. It has a mirror and a light. Same thing on the passenger side. Okay, so here's the sunroof. And the sunroof actually has a shade that covers up 100% of the light. You can open it up. You can vent it. You can open it like so. Pretty smooth. And then close it up. Pretty easy to use. Okay, so here's the visibility in the back. You have a pretty good sized window. Also, the headrests don't really get in the way at all, do they? It's pretty nice. And you have the side glass and the little tiny windows behind the headrest, kind of to help mitigate the blind spot back there from the rear pillars. That's pretty much the challenge in most vehicles. Of course, it has the backup camera, the blind spot monitoring system, all that to help you out with that blind spot. All right, so there you have it, 2017 Nissan Altima 2.5. Nice vehicle. Very comfortable seats. You have to go to Grand Strand Nissan just to sit in the seat so you can see what I'm talking about. This and a Nissan Murano, lots of Nissan vehicles have super comfortable seats. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Grand Strand Nissan here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can purchase from them if you want anywhere in the country, so they can ship you a vehicle exactly what you want. So you just call them up, email them, contact them in any way possible, and they can help you out. So thank you for watching. Tell them Mike sent you, and I'll see you guys next time.